Koyach Rabbi Samber. I'm really touched by your words. And I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words on this day of Yom HaShoah. And also I would like to thank for the mechanchim of this great Moised HaTorah who are doing such a tremendous job in being mechanech these children al pi Torah mitzvahs. We as Jews who are shomrei Torah mitzvahs, as I mentioned, we have certain mitzvahs that we have midoraisa, and from the Torah has instructed us to observe these mitzvahs, and we have mitzvahs midrabanan also. And the mitzvah of Zechoyer Ma'us Lechu Amalek, to remember what Amalek did to you, is a mitzvah midoraisa. This is a mitzvah, this is something that we remember on Purim time, on Parsha Zuchar. But some say that we also are mechiyev to remember it every day. We should remember every day Ma'us Lechu Amalek. I also want to thank to the Rebbeinu Shalom for giving me still the strength and the knowledge and be able to speak to you today. I've spoken last week, and I hope in Yirtzeh Hashem, well, the Rebbeinu Shalom will give me the strength that I'll be able to speak again. I will tell you that I don't represent the entire all the Kedoshim and Toirim that were mentioned before. I represent as one of the members of the Sheres HaPleita, one of the members that Rebbeinu Shalom, for some reason or other, allowed me to survive. And I am really, of course, you have to realize that every survivor, everyone that went through this Churban Europe, as I call it, everybody can write his own version, his own book. Personally, I would say that Nissim and influence that just happened to this person himself. So basically what I represent is something that I happened just to me, and I experienced, which is a very, very small nakuda of Nebuch, of what the tragedy represents. As I'm in the real test and the real Mesiras Nefesh came at the beginning of the war, which I was still we were not directly involved in, but it happened that the Poland was immediately attacked 5 years ago, and immediately attacked, and these many Kedoshim and Toirim were taken away and they were murdered, as Rabbi mentioned before, were murdered on different type of executions, different type. Whether it was the Chenku, when the Sinisrefu, Vishnidbu, or whether they were shot. Many of them were taken away from there, sitting in front of their Gemaras and sitting in front of learning at the last minute, even though many tried to escape, there was no escape, but they were sitting in the last minute and Mekayim the mitzvah of Limud HaTorah, and this is how they gave up their lives. So you have to realize that everyone has his own personal nissim influence that happened to them. And I think that you probably, you're aware that today is Yom HaShoah, and you also know Rabbi Samber just explained to you the meaning of the Shoah. So you remember, it's very important for me that the few words that I have to say is on this day is saying it to you, young Talmidim of this great Moised HaTorah. Why? Because you are represent the future generations of Doiras to come. And again, since you have been taken and learned about this horrible Europe that took place, we are talking about, again, as I mentioned, Parshas Zohar, which is immediately after the Tzias Mitzrayim, the Palestinians tried to annihilate us, just like the Yimach Shemam, just like the Nazis. And then later on became Purim and Human. arose and we were the Rebbeinu Shalom was muscle. It is again, when the Sheres HaPleita, or the one who survived this harm, were standing liberated, we did not know just exactly what the future holds of us, but Baruch Hashem, we had Shalichim like the Klosenberger Rebbe's, Chisa Yugad Aleinu, who, and also Rav Silver from Cincinnati, and also many Shalichim who guided us back and told us, brothers and sisters, we have no other course except to return to the Messiah of our teachers, the Messiah of our parents. So right now it's important that I'm speaking to you, young man, because you represent future generations, and you should be able to implant and tell about the Chorm, the Shoah that happened not 2,000 years ago, but something that happened only 75 years ago, and the tremendous number of the Kedoshim B'Torah that gave up their lives. I would like to end with a bracha to you. I'd like to end and say to you, Hamalach, Hagoyal Oisi Mikolru, who Yevurech Eschem, Yevurech es Talmidim shall moistet HaKudesh HaGud Lazei, Arie Crown. Yevurech Eschem B'Shem, Avruam B'Yitzchak B'Yidgu Leroy. Thank you very much, and all have a good day. And I'm sure that you read my book. Some of you, raise your hand, whoever read my book. Oh, that's very nice. Again, my book is available, I'm sure, here in the library, and many of them who want to find out more about my personal experiences should read my book, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. Have a very, very good day.